Well, hello, it's Ben again, and this is the DIY Homefront. Today on the channel, we're going to be trying to make my carport area look just a little bit better. Now, everybody knows you need some place to put your trash, and trash cans are handy, but those are leaning over and it doesn't look that attractive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little small cement footer to go under those trash cans to make it look a little bit better, and so that they stand up sort of flat. Now, I don't know if you can see it, there's a pole right here, and that pole corresponds with the pole on my garage, and between those two poles underground is a power line. Now, if I was smart, I probably would not pour the concrete where the trash cans are right now, because I'll be covering up that power line. If for whatever reason I ever needed to do some work, it would be underneath some concrete. So what I'll do is I'll move the trash cans down a little bit and we'll put them more or less under the window. Well, every concrete project starts the same way. You need concrete and you need a form to pour the concrete into. So let's take some measurements off of these trash cans and see how big the form needs to be, and then we'll go ahead and build that out real quick. Well, it looks like if I came out 2 feet and probably made it 2 feet by 44, it's probably what I need to do. So let's cut a couple pieces of wood. And normally I just use scraps or what's left over, and that's why I have some of this right here. You always want things to turn out as neat as possible, so it never hurts to check your form to see if they're square, and that end isn't square. And I know I have cut this off. Is this end square? That end's a little bit better, but let's go ahead and cut a new end off to make it square. I have found it's easiest to use a square and hold it flush, and then line the saw up to it and just cut it off. Now, if I had a big project, I probably wouldn't be using my battery operated skill saw, but these small projects are perfect for this. I also have 2 dimensions of wood. One's a 2x6 and one's a 1x6. Now I'm going to nail this to the end of that, or screw it in. So we're going to have 1.5 inches wide for the 2x4. That's the 2x4. So now I need to measure 24 inches over. And this side will end up being flush with the concrete foundation, so I don't need to add 1.5 inches. Now I'm going to cut 2 boards to this length, and that'll give me 3 boards, and that's all I'm going to need for this form. Now I'll screw in the 1x6 onto the end of the 2x6, and then we'll have the form finished. Now I'm going to set the form on the ground where I think it should go, and then I'll end up raking the leaves back and some of the dirt back, so that I can get this, for lack of better words, below grade. I really only want this about 1 inch or 2 above the ground. You know, I think it might look better if it was lined up so the trash cans were directly under the window, as opposed to a little bit farther forward. Now that I've got it positioned where I think I want it, I'll take the shovel and dig some of the dirt out from underneath where the form's going to be. And I'm going to do this for 2 reasons. One is because I want the slab to only be like 1 inch or 2 off the ground. And the second thing is we don't want the concrete we pour into this form to end up spilling out from underneath the bottom or the sides of the form. Now, this little slab is not going to have much weight put on it. It's not like there's going to be a car or anything driving over it. So I'm taking all the dirt and I'm just piling it up in the center of the form. And after I've got it situated, I can go back and level that out. But I really only need about 1 inch or 1.5 inches of concrete on top. Enough to make sure the concrete doesn't break or crack, but really not enough that I'm going to be able to drive a car across it. And here I'll take any excess dirt that I don't need from the inside, and I'm going to pile it up around the edges of the form and pack it in, like I said, to make sure the concrete doesn't spill out from underneath it. You can see what we got going on. Probably the most important thing is to make sure that on the inside, the form goes to the very bottom of the wood. You want the concrete to be as deep as possible on the outside, so that way you can't see underneath it when it's formed. If we were doing this for a large area like for a house, we'd probably put plastic down because we don't want the concrete to dry too quick. So what I'm going to do is spray the ground and wet the ground so the ground doesn't wick all the water out of the concrete. Now the concrete we're using, I've had a long time, and these bags are like rocks. I'm not sure if those will work or not, but I either need to get rid of them or throw them away or something. So let's see if we can't mix these up and turn them into usable concrete. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and we're going to do it in a wheelbarrow. Now these bags are like rocks. Normally you can open up a bag of concrete with a hoe, but I actually had to go get a knife and cut the bags open. I'm thinking these have probably been in my barn for 3 years or more. They haven't been in the rain or anything, but it doesn't make any difference. Over time, where I live, the moisture will end up getting into the bags, and you can see all I've got is big chunks. I used a 5-pound sledgehammer and broke everything up the best I could before I added another bag and the water. Now this is an odd spot for me. Normally I'd want to give you advice on how to do something, but using old concrete that's rock hard is not what you should do. You should go get some fresh concrete that's easy to mix. At any rate, I spent quite a bit of time mixing this up. And when I say it took a long time, I mean it took me 24 minutes to mix up 3 bags of concrete. And that was making sure that I had all the lumps out of it, beating it repeatedly with the hoe. But regardless, 24 minutes to mix up 3 bags of concrete. If I didn't live so far away from a store and it wasn't such a hassle to try to figure out how to dispose of a bag of concrete, I wouldn't have done this. Now when you pour concrete out of a wheelbarrow, it will sort of slosh and splash around. So the cardboard there is to protect the wall. Because I don't want to spray it down with water to rinse it off, because all that water is just going to end up in my mixed up concrete. And I don't need any more water in it as it is. Now before I mix up any more concrete, I'm just sort of going to push this stuff around to see how it's filling in the form to determine how many more bags I want to mix up, especially when it takes 24 minutes to mix up a couple bags of concrete. Back to mixing. Well, I don't want to mix up more concrete than I need, so this time I mixed up 2 bags of concrete, and it took about 20 minutes to get it done. I still can't believe how clumped up this concrete has got. The bags have a plastic lining that's supposed to keep the moisture out, but it is really humid where I live. And if you let the concrete bags sit for any length of time, it seems like they just harden up. It looks like I'm not going to need to mix any more concrete up, so I'm going to go ahead and take a hose and rinse off the wheelbarrow and the hoe and get everything all cleaned up before I finish the top of this little pad off. Well, my next step is to take a piece of wood that's wider than my form and use that and scrape it back and forth across the concrete, moving everything around so that I end up with a level surface. I'm going to need a little bit more concrete, but instead of mixing up another batch, I'm just going to pour concrete right on top of this. You'll find that as you work the concrete, water seems to rise up and out of it. And this is just going to take that water that's on top and it's going to mix all in with it and just turn it into concrete. I'm just not going to do it in the wheelbarrow. I think I need just a little bit more, so I'm adding some more dry concrete and working it in. Now I'm going to end up taking a 2x4 and go back over this to make sure that I have everything flush. I continue to go back and forth between the 2x4 to make sure the concrete form was all level, and then the trowel to smooth everything out until I was happy with the surface. The last thing I'm going to do before I let this concrete dry is take the bottom of a broom and go across the surface so that way it has some texture to it and it ends up evening out any errors or imperfections. Well, I wanted to finish that up before the day was done, and man, the day is about done. We'll take one more look at that in the morning when it's dry and pull the wood off, and we'll see how it turned out, okay? Well, it's probably hard to see, but there we go. It's been, I don't know, maybe 23 hours. I have made many concrete forms over the years, and I've always gone along the outsides and tapped them with the hammer, and I had better results than I had this time, and I don't know if it was because the concrete pretty much gotten hard and was old or not. But you'll see where the error is in just a second. I'm not sure if the reason why the concrete crumbled up like it did right here is because I didn't let the concrete dry and took the forms off too soon, I hit it too hard with the hammer, or that possibly it's just because this concrete was old. At any rate, for what I'm using this for, that is not that big of a deal, but it would be nice if it wasn't that way because it would look just a little bit better, I think. Well, one thing I'll do is I'll take my broom and brush along the outside and the corners real good and try to blend things in so it's not quite as noticeable. And then I'll go ahead and level the ground around the form. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that's my best work. I don't know if that's what happens when you use the concrete I use that's pretty much hardened or not. Well, I still have a little bit of cleanup to do, but that's nothing you guys need to see. Well, there you go, not my best or worst work when it comes to pouring a little cement pad, but the trash cans will do just fine on that. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Check out my playlist, and I'll see you in the next video.